You are listening to Radio Long Island City, recorded in the field today, 9 kilometers north of the Harbor Hill Moraine. And now, the Observatory. The Observatory, Wednesday the 21st of May, 2025. It is 62 days after the spring equinox. It is 30 days before the summer solstice. By the French Republican calendar, it is the second day of Prairial, the day of the Hémérocale, the daylily. The sun rises today at 5:33 a.m. Solar noon takes place today at 12:52 p.m. The sun sets today at 8:12 p.m. Civil twilight ends at 8:44 p.m. and nautical twilight ends at 9:24 p.m. The length of daytime today is 1 minute, 41 seconds longer than yesterday. The moon is in its waning crescent phase and is 37% full at midday. The new moon will arrive on Monday, the 26th of May. These are the predicted tides today for Horns Hook. In the middle of the night, low tide, 12:52 a.m., 12 centimeters. In the morning, high tide, 7:04 a.m., 1 meter 40. In the early afternoon, low tide, 12:59 p.m., 12 centimeters. In the evening, high tide, 7:30 p.m., 1 meter 80. In our shared realm of plants and animals, white-tailed deer no longer make their home among us here on the western end of Long Island, but they are abundant north of us on the mainland, on Staten Island, and further east on the island. In May, they begin giving birth, so if you are in the places where they thrive, you may spot young fawns hiding in tall grass or underbrush, patiently waiting for their mothers. Commemorations. On this day in 1904, FIFA, the governing body of association football, was founded in Paris. It gives us both the World Cup and the distinct whiff of international corruption. On this day in 1934, Oskaloosa, Iowa became the first municipality in the United States to fingerprint all of its citizens. On this day in 1951, the 9th Street Art Exhibition of Paintings and Sculpture opened at 60 East 9th Street in Greenwich Village. Now widely known simply as the 9th Street Show, it was organized by a group of New York artists and hung by Leo Castelli, who would go on to become one of the city's leading gallerists. It is credited as the moment abstract expressionism made its splashy public debut. Almost nothing sold at the show, but the show demonstrated that a new group of artists had coalesced in New York City, which would become in the next decade a hotbed of visual art. Among the 72 exhibiting artists were Grace Hardigan, Helen Frankenthaler, Joan Mitchell, Robert Rauschenberg, Franz Klein, Robert Motherwell, Jackson Pollock, and Willem de Kooning. On this day in 2024, just last year, the French Post Office issued a scratch and sniff postage stamp. Honoring the baguette, it smelled of bread. Finally, today we remember Regina M. Anderson, born on this day in 1901. She was a key figure in the Harlem Renaissance. Born in Chicago, she came to New York as a young woman, worked as a librarian in Harlem, Washington Heights, and the Bronx. In fact, she was the first black woman to serve as a supervising librarian of a New York City branch. In the 1920s, she shared an apartment in Sugar Hill with Ethel Ray and Luella Tucker. Their apartment at 580 St. Nicholas Avenue was known as 580 and the Dream Haven, as they opened their doors to create a cultural and literary salon. Anderson helped organize the Civic Club dinner of 1924. 110 guests attended, including many of the most famous black luminaries of the era, including W.E.B. Du Bois and Langston Hughes. That dinner was a defining event of the Harlem Renaissance. With W.E.B. Du Bois, Andrews co-founded the Krigwa Players, which would evolve into the Negro Experimental Theater. 3 plays she wrote were performed by the group. So let us celebrate today Regina M. Anderson, librarian, cultural force, and creator of communities. And that is the Observatory, Tuesday the 20th of May, 2025.